I saw you underneath the doorway, with a little silver in your hair. For 1 second, all the years between us were suddenly not there. You asked me if I was happy. I said yes and smiled. You looked away for half a heartbeat, like we both remembered being wild. We talked about our families, we talked about the weather, but underneath the ordinary was everything we never said. Remember the desire. I can leave here with my memories. You can go back to your life. What we never had to lose was the love we left behind. You remembered how I hated roses. I remembered your old song. You laughed and said I still interrupt. I said you still take too long. For a moment you came closer, then you stopped before the line. And I knew that after all these years your heart was still reading mine. There are hands you shouldn't reach for, there are doors you shouldn't try. Not because the feeling isn't real, but because love can also know when to say goodbye. Some loves don't need another ending, some flames don't need another fire. We don't have to cross the distance to remember the desire. I can leave here with my memories. You can go back to your life. What we never had to lose was the love we left behind. Maybe in another lifetime we would have made it all the way. Maybe we'd have grown old together. Maybe we'd still argue every day. But I don't wanna steal tomorrow from the people waiting at our doors. I'd rather keep the beautiful beginning than turn it into something less than what it was before. Some loves don't need another ending, some hearts don't need to be possessed. You were once my greatest question, now you're one of my best regrets. I won't ask you to remember me, I won't ask you to change your life. I'll just thank you for the years when your heart was next to mine. And if someday you hear our old song when the house is quiet and the lights are low, I hope you'll smile instead of wondering what we might have been, what we might have known. Because we didn't lose each other, we simply chose another road. And what we never had to lose was the love we never let grow cold. Good night, my first love. go home to yours, I'll go home to mine, and we'll both know what almost happened. I learned to whisper in the kitchen so I wouldn't start a fight. I learned to read your footsteps before you walked inside. I changed the way I wore my hair, I changed the things I said. I spent so long becoming someone else, I barely knew myself. You called it love when I surrendered, you called it peace when I stayed quiet. But somewhere underneath the silence, a little voice kept asking why. I found myself on the way out, somewhere between the door and the street. I left a shadow in the hallway and found my heartbeat underneath. I thought I'd die without you, I thought I'd never breathe again. But the woman I lost inside you was waiting for me at the end. I packed the blue dress in the suitcase, the one you said was much too bright. I wore it just to prove to myself you don't get to choose my life. I left the key upon the table, I didn't write a final note. There are some endings that need silence more than words could ever hold. I didn't leave because I hated you, I left because I finally knew can love somebody deeply and still refuse what they put you through. I found myself on the way out, somewhere between the door and the street. I left a shadow in the hallway and found my heartbeat underneath. I thought I'd die without you, I thought I'd never breathe again. But the woman I had lost inside you was waiting for me at the end. Maybe you'll call me selfish, maybe you'll say I changed. You're right about the change, and I finally changed my name. Not on paper, not in records, but inside this tired heart. I stopped calling pain devotion, I stopped calling fear a star. Piece of me, you convinced me I should hide. I still remember loving you, I won't pretend I don't. But loving you was never meant to be the death of who I am. I found myself on the way out, with the sunrise on my face, for the first time in forever. the door, and somewhere on the other side I finally heard my own heart. The envelope was yellow when it found me in the mail. 20 years had passed between us, and the handwriting hadn't changed. I sat beside the window with the afternoon turned gold, and suddenly I was 20 with your hand inside my own. Threw the letter away like a ghost from another life, but something made me open it and read the words that night. It was the letter that found me late, 2 decades out of time. You wrote you loved me enough to leave and never asked me to wait behind. You said your life, my love, don't build it around my name. It was the letter that found me late, but the love inside was still the same. You wrote about the train station, the night you watched me go. You said you stood there in the darkness long after the last light showed. You never sent another letter, you never tried to call. You said some loves are strong enough to let each other go. And I wondered where you'd been, what your hands had learned to hold, whether you ever found somebody who made your heart feel home. It was the letter that found me late, 2 decades out of time. You wrote you loved me enough to leave and never asked me to wait behind. You said go and live your life, my love, don't build it around my name. It was the letter that found me late, but the love inside was still the I won't go searching for you, I won't undo these years. We both became the people those younger hearts could never see. But tonight I'll let myself remember without asking what went wrong. Somewhere between goodbye and forever, we kept each other all along. It was the letter that found me late, but it found me just in time to tell the girl I used to be she wasn't foolish to call you mine. You didn't leave because you didn't love me, you left because you did, and maybe that's the purest the story last. The letter came 20 years too late. Or maybe it came exactly when I needed to know. I used to think I'd wait for you with a question in your eyes. Some perfect room, some perfect night, some perfect little line. But perfect never lived with us. We were always beautifully late. Burned the dinner, missed the movie, still somehow stayed awake. You gave me coffee every morning, even when you hated mine. You learned the way I take my sugar. I learned the way you hide a smile. So ask me again tomorrow, I'll give you the same reply. I don't need a perfect future, I just need you by my side. If forever has a doorway, then I don't wanna stand outside. Ask me again tomorrow, or let me ask you tonight. Remember that old motel when we had nowhere else to go? The air conditioner was broken and the neon wouldn't stop its glow. We laughed until the morning like two fools who didn't care. And somehow that cheap little room felt richer than anywhere. We've had days we couldn't fix, we've said things we couldn't take. But every time the world got heavy, you were still the choice I'd make. So ask me again tomorrow, I'll give you the same reply. I don't need a perfect future, I just need you by my side. If forever has a doorway, then I don't wanna stand outside. begin. No perfect room, no perfect night, just you and me. And tomorrow, you found me underneath the hospital at 3 in the morning rain. I was holding 2 cold coffees and trying not to break. You didn't ask me if I needed you. You didn't ask me to forgive. You just took the heaviest suitcase and said, tell me where he is. I remembered how you left me when the world became too real. Now you stood beside the doorway and didn't know how much I felt. It was the kindness I didn't expect, the hand that didn't ask for mine. You stayed when there was nothing beautiful, nothing easy to romanticize. You didn't say you changed, you simply showed me every day. Sometimes love comes back so quietly, you almost miss the way. You brought my father coffee, you remembered how he liked it black. You fixed the old car in the parking lot before I even asked. You slept inside the waiting room with your jacket for a bed. And when I woke before the sunrise, you were still there beside my head. I wanted to ask you why you came, I wanted to protect my heart, but every little thing you did was answering before the question started. It was the kindness I didn't expect, the hand that didn't ask for mine. You stayed when there was nothing beautiful, nothing easy to romanticize. You didn't say you changed, you simply showed me every day. Sometimes love comes back so quietly, you almost miss the way. You used to run from anything that asked too much of you. Now you were standing in the doorway with nothing left to prove. I thought forgiveness meant forgetting, I thought trust could not return. But maybe hearts don't heal by erasing, maybe they heal by seeing what we've learned. Tomorrow than my dreams. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what will become. But I know you didn't leave this time when the hard days had begun. So if you reach for my hand tonight, I won't be afraid to take it. Some second chances unannounced, there quietly remain. No promises, no speeches, just stay. This time, stay. I came back on a Sunday when the town was almost still. The little cafe looked smaller, but somehow felt familiar. I saw you through the window with your coffee and the rain, and for a second all the years collapsed into a single frame. You looked older, I looked different. We both had stories in our eyes, but there was something on the table that made me stop outside. There was a seat beside you, like nobody had moved it there, like some small piece of yesterday had been waiting in the air. You didn't ask where I'd been, you didn't ask me why. You simply moved your coffee over and let beside you tonight. I told you about the places where I learned to be alone. You told me about the mornings when you almost called my phone. You said you never waited, you just came here when you could. I smiled because somehow that was exactly what you should. You never made me feel guilty for the years I couldn't stay. You let me find my way back without ever pointing the way. There was a seat beside you, like nobody had moved it there, like some small piece of yesterday had been waiting in the air. You didn't ask where I'd been, you didn't ask me why. You simply moved your coffee over and let me sit beside you tonight. how it became home. I thought I came back to my hometown, but I came back to you. Two coffees, one empty chair, and a love that never needed to chase me. You knew the names of all my heartbreaks. You knew exactly when I'd cry. You drove me home after the parties and never asked me why. You knew I hated crowded places. You knew the song that made me smile. I thought you were just being my best friend. I never questioned why. Then you called me on a Friday, said there's something I should say. You were getting married in September, and the room went strangely gray. You were the man I wasn't looking for, the heart I never thought to find. I searched through every stranger's eyes while you were standing by my side. You knew every road that broke me. You knew every scar before. You were the man I wasn't looking for, and now I'm afraid I'm too late. I went home and found your birthday letters stacked inside a wooden drawer. Every little thing you gave me suddenly meant so much more. The movie tickets, cheap red roses, the old cassette you made for me. All the signs were right in front of me. I was just too blind to see. You never asked me for my heart. You never tried to make me choose. You gave me every reason to love you, and somehow I still couldn't lose. You were the man I wasn't looking for, the heart I never thought to find. I searched through every stranger's eyes while you were standing by my side. You knew every road that broke me. You knew every scar before. You were the man I wasn't looking for, and now I'm afraid I'm too late. I could tell you that I love you. I could ask you not to go, but what kind of love would that be if it only spoke when it was too late? So I'll smile when you tell me how beautiful she looked in white, and I'll hide the truth inside me that I understood you that night. You were the man I wasn't looking for, the answer hiding in plain sight, the one who held me through my worst days without ever asking why. I wish I'd known before the moment when your future closed that door. You were the man I could have been. You were right beside me all those years. I was looking everywhere, but never where I should. We painted a room in yellow before we knew what it would need. Bought a little wooden cradle and folded clothes we'd never see. Every month became a question, every silence felt like blame. We stopped saying what we wanted because we feared the answer's name. I thought you were disappointed, you thought I was losing faith. We were two people grieving something that never had a face. This is the life we didn't plan, the one we never drew. No little footsteps in the hallway, no dreams we thought we knew. This table and your tired hand finds mine, I realize the life we didn't plan is still a beautiful life. We gave away the yellow curtains, packed the cradle in a box. You made coffee every morning, I learned to love the quiet clock. We started taking Sunday drives with nowhere we had to be. And somehow all those empty roads brought you closer back to me. Maybe love was never measured by the things we couldn't make. Maybe happiness was waiting in the choices we still could make. This is the life we didn't plan, the one we never drew. No little footsteps in the hallway, but there is still a me and you. And when you reach across the darkness, I know exactly where I am, right here inside the life we didn't plan. We spent so long counting what was missing, we forgot to count what stayed. The mornings, all the laughter, the promises we actually made. You are not my second choice, you are not what life left me. You are the man I would choose again if tomorrow started clean. Never taught us how to love through disappointment, to forgive and understand. You didn't give me the life I dreamed of, you gave me something better than I planned. So let the empty room stay empty, let the yellow curtain these ordinary days my greatest places. No cradle, no footsteps, just your hand in mine. Maybe that was always enough. It was raining on the highway when the headlights lost their way. I remember broken glass and the color of the rain. Then a stranger held my fingers while the sirens filled the night. He kept saying, stay awake now, till they brought me back to life. I asked him for his name, but the world went wide again. When I opened up my eyes, he was gone like he'd never been. You were the stranger who stayed when everybody else had gone. You held my hand through the darkness till the fear was almost gone. I never knew your name, I never knew where you had been, but somehow all these years later I found you again. Years became a different lifetime. I forgot the sound of his voice. Then one autumn afternoon I walked into a little bookstore. He looked at my left hand and asked about the scar. I laughed and said, it's an old story. You said, I remember where you are. The room became so quiet I could barely breathe. You said, I thought you'd never know. That night I couldn't leave. You were the stranger who stayed when everybody else had gone. You held my hand through the darkness till the fear was almost gone. I never knew your name, but I remembered how it felt to have somebody beside me when I couldn't save You said you never planned to save me. You were simply passing through. But sometimes kindness changes everything without asking what it will do. I spent years thinking I survived because the doctors brought me through. Now I think perhaps I survived so I could someday find you. You were the stranger who stayed, and now you're the man I love. The hand that held me in the darkness is the hand I'm holding now. We lost so many years to a night neither could explain, but I would live and refused to leave my side. I never knew your name, but somehow my heart remembered you. Your coffee cup is still beside me, though I never pour it now. Your old coat hangs behind the doorway, like you're coming home somehow. The radio still finds that station. You would turn it up too loud, and for a second every morning I expect to see you around. I used to hate these little things for reminding me you're gone. Now I keep them close like photographs of where my heart belongs. These are the little things you left behind: a coffee cup, an old blue coat, 1,000 ordinary memories that somehow keep me close. I thought they'd only break my heart. I thought I'd never be alright. But these are the little things you left behind that teach me how to live tonight. I found your note inside the drawer with the grocery list you wrote. You spelled my name the way you always did, and underneath it buy more soap. I laughed until I started crying, then I laughed again somehow. It felt like you had left me one more joke to find when I needed it most. The house is quiet without you, but it doesn't feel as cold. I've learned that love can stay behind without becoming a ghost. These are the little things you left behind: a coffee cup, an old blue coat, 1,000 ordinary memories that somehow keep me close. I thought they'd only break my heart. I thought I'd never be alright. But these are the little things you left behind that teach me how to live tonight. I won't keep the door half open, waiting for a sound that won't arrive. I won't apologize for smiling when a beautiful memory comes alive. You gave me years I never knew would become my favorite ones. And if moving forward means carrying them, then I will carry everyone. These are the little things you left behind, and now they don't sleeping the rest of my life. So I'll wear your old blue sweater when the winter settles in. I'll play the songs you used to love and let the memories begin, because losing you didn't end our love. It only changed the way it stays. You're no longer beside me, but you're woven through my days. Your coffee cup, your old blue coat, the little things you left behind. They're not keeping me from living. They're teaching me how. You asked me underneath the streetlight with a ring inside your hand. You said I was the sweetest woman you had ever hoped to have. But I heard something underneath it, something neither one could name. You loved the girl you saw before you, not the woman underneath her name. You wanted someone easy, someone who would never change. But I was never made for cages, even golden ones have chains. If you love me with the lights on. Let me see you when you see me. Love the woman when she's tired, when she's angry, when she's free. That disappears when morning comes. If you're gonna love me, darling, love me with the lights on. I left you with the ring still shining and a suitcase in my hand. You thought I'd ruined something beautiful. I thought we'd finally understand. Built a life without your shadow. You built one without my name. We both learned that being lonely isn't always being alone. Then years later in a doorway, you looked at me and smiled. Not like I was something broken, not like I needed to be mine. If you love me, love me with the lights on. Let me see you when you see me. Love the woman when she's stubborn, when she's frightened, when she's free. Don't love some perfect picture that disappears when morning comes. If you're gonna love me, darling, love me with the lights on. You said I don't need you perfect, I don't need you always kind. I want the woman who argues then still reaches for my hand at night. I want your unfinished dreams, your bad days and your pride. I don't want the girl I invented, I want the woman no shadows, no perfect girl, just me. If you still want me, ask me again. Left you at the station with a ticket in my hand. You said you need the whole wide world. I said you don't understand. I wanted foreign windows, different languages at night. You wanted one familiar doorway and a porch beneath the lights. We weren't cruel to one another, we were simply young and sure. You wanted somewhere to belong, I wanted somewhere more. I came home with a suitcase full of roses and 1,000 cities in my eyes. I've slept beneath 100 different ceilings. I've watched 100 skylines arise. But every place I called an adventure still felt temporary somehow. I came home with a suitcase full of roses, and I finally know where home is now. I saw the ocean in December, I danced in streets I'd never known. I learned to order coffee in 3 languages alone. I love the lights of distant cities, I love the freedom of the flight. But every time the hotel emptied, I missed your kitchen light. I used to think that staying was another word for fear. Now I know some people travel just to find what they left here. I came home with a suitcase full of roses and 1,000 cities in my eyes. I've slept beneath your door. I don't need you to forgive the leaving. I don't need to be the girl before. If you still want life beside me, then let's make a different vow. I'll bring the world into our kitchen, and you can teach me how to stay somehow. We'll take the train when springtime calls us. We'll come back when winter falls. I'll still chase a distant horizon. You can still paint our hallway walls. I don't want a life without the journey. I don't want a journey without you. Maybe love is not choosing between them. Maybe love is making room for both to come true. My suitcase is still full of roads, but this time I'm not leaving. I wrote you in the winter when the house was cold and still. I wrote about the morning and the things I never will. I wrote about the first time that you kissed me by the car, then folded every page away and hid it in a drawer. I thought you'd found somebody, I thought you'd changed your life, so every word became a secret I couldn't make survive. These are every word I never sent, every truth I left behind, every I still love you that I couldn't say in time. I thought you never missed me, I thought you'd left it all, but you kept every word I never sent. You kept them after all. You showed me all the letters in a box beneath your bed. My hands began to tremble when I saw the things I'd said. You told me you had found them when you moved the old bookcase. You never opened any envelope, you only kept my name. You said they weren't mine to read, but I couldn't throw them away. And suddenly the silence had 1,000 things to say. These are every word I never sent, every truth I left behind, every I still love you that I couldn't say in time. I thought you never missed me, I thought you left it all, but you kept every word I never sent. You kept them after all. tell you face to face tonight. You were never forgotten. You were never just the past. Some words may arrive late, but some love can still last. Every word I never sent, I don't need paper anymore. I'm here. You put the ring beside my coffee on a Sunday afternoon. I was supposed to say forever, but I had just received the news. A ticket to another country, a chance I'd waited for years. And I was terrified you'd ask me to choose between my heart and dreams. You looked at me so quietly, like you already understood. Then you reached across the table and did something only love could. It was the ring I never had to wear, the promise you released. You loved me enough to let me go instead of asking me to leave. You could have made me choose you, you could have made me stay, but you gave me back my future and loved me anyway. I left with one small suitcase and your photograph inside. I learned to sleep in foreign cities and learned to stand alone at night. I wanted you in every airport, in every hotel room, but I never wanted freedom if freedom meant forgetting you. Years turned into different lives. We stopped pretending we would wait, but somewhere underneath the distance, I still remember that day. It was the ring I never had to wear, the promise you released. You loved me enough to let me go instead of asking me to leave. You could have made me choose you, you could have made me stay, but you gave me back my future and loved me finally built my own. You asked me if I was happy. I said more than I can say. Then I asked if you still remembered why you gave that ring away. You said because I loved you, and love was never meant to be the hand that holds you tightly when you need to be set free. It was the ring I never had to wear, the one I didn't ask us to surrender. Maybe love just let us grow. So if you still have that old ring, I don't need it on my hand. I don't wanna become your possession. I wanna be the woman you can stand beside. No vows made out of fear, no promises made to bind. Just two people choosing freely after living separate lives. You gave me back my future, and somehow, years later, I found my way back to you. The children left on Sunday with their boxes in the car. You stood beside the driveway, and I wondered who we are. We talked about the mortgage, we talked about the broken sink. You asked me what was for dinner, I asked you what you think. We had become 1,000 questions that had nothing much to do with the two young people who once couldn't wait to be alone. We forgot to be us, somewhere between the years, between raising up a family and hiding all our fears. We forgot the way we used to touch, we forgot the way we left. But tonight I'm looking at you, and I want that woman back. And suddenly the lights went out, the whole house disappeared. We found 2 candles in the kitchen and opened up a bottle we'd kept for years. You said, do you remember the first apartment that we had? I laughed and said the wallpaper was the ugliest thing I've ever seen. You told me that you loved it, I told you that you lied, and for the first time in forever, you pulled me closer to your side. We forgot to be us, somewhere between the years, between raising up a family and hiding all our fears. We forgot the way we used to touch, we forgot the way we laughed. But tonight I'm looking at you, and I want that woman back. I don't wanna be 20, I don't want the past again. I just wanna know the man you are, now that we've survived the years. You don't have to bring me roses, I don't need a grand romance. Just sit beside me in this darkness and take my hand. too. So turn the lights back on tomorrow. Let the morning find us changed. We still argue over little things. We'll still forget each other's names. But I'll ask you out for dinner. You can't pretend it's our first date. And I'll wear the dress you loved back then, even if it doesn't fit the same.